Welcome to 10 Toes Down, boots on the ground with power, coming to you from all worlds.
I'm grateful too that I got to spend much more time with my mom before she passed.
My mother was my bestie. And when I say my bestie, she
Yeah.
was my best, you know?
Yeah.
You know? You know? You know?
How important closeness is, and being able to hug your loved ones, being able to get together in a get together.
Through the grace of God, He took me very far. Very far. Very far. Very far.
It just affirmed that there's good people out there. Hi, everybody. I hope everybody is doing really good. And I hope you enjoyed your holidays if you do celebrate them. And if not, that you still enjoyed your days. Well, anyway, as you all know, I get on here and I just talk to my guests about different things that may be of interest to other people and different things that have happened in their lives that we can bring to you and that could probably be of some help to you. And that's really what we try to do, is try to be of assistance to anybody we can be of assistance to help them have a better life and make better choices and have comfort in whatever they may be going through. So in this, I guess you could say, discussion is between me and my family member named Dream. We are going to talk about a kind of tough topic that we know, I believe everybody has probably gone through, and that's losing someone that you love and being able to get through it. Okay, so anyway, I hope we can be of assistance to somebody out there. All right. So I have with me now today a family member of mine's, and her name is Dream, as I said. And how you doing, Dream?
I'm fine, thank you. And yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good, and I'm grateful because like some months ago, and I know it's been some years for you. We went through some really, really trying times. Some really, really trying times that wasn't easy for us to get through. So
Right.
yeah, we're gonna kind of have to revisit it, kind of revisit what we were going through and, how we got through it and how we're still getting through it because I'm still getting through it. It's not over for me. And, I'm still grieving. And I don't know if you could ever stop grieving over your parent, over your mother, I guess, especially if you were close. I don't know if that's a thing you can actually get over, I think it's just something that you learn to deal with. So anyway, Dream, tell us about your mom. You want to speak about your mom first?
Well, with my mother, it's going to be 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
my mother had passed away. And girl, it felt like yesterday. That's
Yeah.
something I can never get over. But through the grace of God, He took me very far. And the good thing that I do feel that helps me a lot is when my mother was going through what she was going through, God gave me the strength to be with her. And that's one thing that really, really helped me, that I was able to help her while she was alive, and I try to do everything I can do for her. So that
Right.
put me a little at peace, but I do miss her so much, so much. And we
Mm.
spent a lot of time together. My mother was my bestie. And when I say
Yeah.
my bestie, she
Yeah.
was my best, you know.
Yeah.
She would come stay the weekends with me and whenever she wanted to. It didn't matter if she stayed a month or whatever. But we did a lot of good things together, you know.
Mm.
Um,
Right.
so I just want to stay positive, and that's what's really keeping me strong, And like I say, I just thank God for her. And she's still a part of me no matter what. But
Right.
I just want to mention this little piece in because my mother has 4 kids, 12 grandkids, and my last daughter, Alicia, was the 12th grand born on my mother's birthday.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And so um, it's joy and it's also, I'm not going to say sad, but we do miss her. So what
Yes.
I do try to do is I try to always keep Alicia maintained, let her enjoy herself because her and her grandmother share their birthday together. I don't want her to feel depressed and stuff, you know? And
Exactly.
we just keep it like that. And like I say, tomorrow's April the 2nd, which is both of their birthdays.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm just hoping for the best for her, you know? But as far as, like I say, with my mother, I know she's not suffering, you know,
Right.
and I'm at peace with it. Because at some time and point, we all have that day. Nobody knows when that day gonna come. That's why we gotta love each other while we're here,
Yeah.
you know.
Give us the flowers
And
while we're here. Yeah.
yes, and I have to speak about God because God said, "How can you love me and you don't love your sisters and brothers on earth that you see each and every day?" And that's something that we have to do. We have to love one another and look out for one another. And it will take you very, very far. Because my heart is full of love.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
That's beautiful. And I think that comes from our moms, I think because they showed us such love, that we can share that too because we experienced it, through them, you know. So,
Yes. And I'll tell you another thing. I am so thankful. Thank you, Jesus, that Aunt Cully had, we came over to my cousin's house and I got to see my Aunt Cully for so many years where I was able to hug her.
yes.
Really, really enjoy just family, friends,
Yes.
everybody just coming together, you know.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
love her. May she rest in peace,
Mhm.
and she will never be forgotten.
That's right. That's right.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
So,
cuz
our family been through a lot,
yes.
but we still got to give thanks to God that He given us strength,
Right.
and
Mhm.
carrying us
Yes.
because we really came around where we lost a lot of loved ones.
True.
It might have been spread out, but it almost felt like back to back,
Yeah.
you know? And I don't know. I'm just the type of person I just try to think positive, move positive.
Right.
I try to stay busy. I try to help others because I don't want to get set back because I was so depressed when I lost my mother at one point
Yeah.
that I reach out for help.
Yeah.
I reach out for help. I ain't tell my kids nothing. I
Right.
ain't tell my kids nothing.
Right.
But I can tell you one thing. Whenever you need help, please, please be careful with the help. Because the help that I got, that I was looking for, I didn't get it. But my Father God took care of me and
Right.
strengthened me, and I'm good now. I'm good.
Yes. And it takes time because I know, before our mothers even passed, I'm sure we probably even had the thought of what would we do if something did happen to them. Because I know I had a talk with my mom when she had moved in. I actually spoke to her when I was young, a little child. I remember I must have been about because when I moved from Bed Stuy, where I was born at, think we must have been like 12 or 13. And I know I had this discussion with her like years before that. So I must have been pretty young when I told her. I was like, Mom, I don't know what I would do without you. I couldn't live without you. And she told me, she was like, no. She said, losing a child, she said, losing a parent is one thing. She said, but losing a child, she said, that's another thing. She said losing a child is like the worst, worst thing you could ever go through. And I didn't really understand what she meant by that because, of course, I'm like a little kid. I'm not thinking about children, like having any children, at the time. I don't know what that's about. I just know about my mom. But she told me, she was like, oh no, she said, yeah, it may be hard for you, but it's not as hard as losing a child. So what she was kind of saying to me and how I took it was that she was saying that if she lost me, it would be worse than me losing her. And I remember that. I remember her saying that. I could never really understand that until I had children. Then I understood what she meant because I know with my children, I would give my life for my children, even today, and they're grown men. Okay, if I could, what I'm saying, save them from something and take my own, if I would give my life for them, let's put it that way. Still today,
Right.
so I truly understand what she meant now, as being a parent. But not too long ago, before she passed, I said to her again because we had gotten even closer because she came and stayed with me. You know that, right? She came and stayed with me when she started having problems at her apartment, and my older brother, was getting was getting ill, and he had to go back and forth to the hospital and stuff. She's getting really stressed out, because it's just them two living together. And and
Right.
there's other things going on there that was bothering her, with the apartment, people living there in the building. She said she was being harassed and all that. And so she said she'd just rather come and stay here. And I was like, you are welcome. So when she did come and stay, we got even closer because we got to hang out. I made sure, we went out and stuff. We go out to the movies, we go out to eat, we go sit on the porch, just talk and listen to music. But, we're busy doing things. We took care of her as well because she was in her 90s when she came. She was like 90 when she
God bless
came.
her. God
Yeah.
bless her.
Yeah.
Bless her. Bless her. She looked beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, so I'm happy. Like you said, you got to enjoy your mom. You got to spend time with her. And I was thinking that too. I was saying I'm grateful too that I got to spend much more time with my mom before she passed. I got closer to her you know, and was able to bring joy to her life and let her know that she's not alone. And the thing is, well, I said to her, I was like, Mom, you like my best friend. I don't know, what I would do without you, I said, and that's when I was going through problems with my vision too. So I was meeting other challenges as well. And she was saying to me, no, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. I asked her, how did she deal with it when her mother passed? I said, because I was really close to my grandma. She raised me too. And
Right.
I said I didn't really get any counseling or anything. I said that's probably why I took it the way I took it in a way that I wasn't really dealing with because I started wetting the bed. I started biting my nails. Just a coping mechanism, I guess, for her not being there anymore. And I didn't understand it because I lost her at the age of 7. So I told my mom, I
Wow.
was like, I don't know how, what happened. And she was like, well, I had lost my mom, so I couldn't even really think about anything else. I couldn't even think about the children. You know? She was like, I could only think about my loss, like, about was going through. And I told her, I was like, well, I don't even know what I would do without you, Mom. And I guess it's because your mom has always been there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes. And I want to say a little something, even though that's my mother, but my father, as a little girl, me being around him, he always treated me good. And he used to sing me a little Lottie Dolly song, but always said, Daddy. So all these years, I really believed I was Daddy's baby. And then I came to find out I have sisters and brothers that's younger than me. But
Right.
that's just to show you, no matter how old you are, how big you are, how grown you think you are, you still daddy's baby. So that's something that I carry in my heart. You hear me?
Yeah.
I really carry that in my heart.
That's
Because I
beautiful.
can't believe I became a big adult with children believing I was daddy's baby.
Oh, oh, but see, that's fine because I believe that's a coping mechanism as well, where you choose to believe, you choose to feel that
But
way, and
but
if
but
and
the good thing is because I was not as close with my father as I was with my mother. But that's something I hold into my heart that helped recover me. That
yes,
was a part of him to me.
yes, that's right.
So that's how I coped with that with my father was,
And
you know.
did you know when he
But
did you know when he passed? Did you what?
I don't know exactly, like I don't recall exactly like what year.
Right, yeah,
I did get to speak to him before he passed away,
that's good.
and I also was trying to get down to him, but due to my situation, I wasn't able to, go.
Yeah, yeah.
So
You were there in
I,
spirit and
you know,
heart.
I,
Yeah.
I felt bad that I couldn't make it, but I just try to not, like really focus on it so much because some things you gotta just let go, girl.
Yes, absolutely.
Really,
Especially things you can't change. I really wish I could recite
exactly,
that prayer that I love so much
exactly.
about, God grant me the serenity to, to be able to be okay with the things I cannot change, right? But to be able to change the things I can. I'm not quoting it verbatim, unfortunately, but I'm gonna learn that thing. I'm telling you, before I leave here, I am gonna learn it. I'm telling you. Because it's so
Yeah,
beautiful. It puts things in
yes, it is.
perspective.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And another thing that I was sad about, but also happy and proud about it because me and my brother was the party for years, and we became getting very close. And I was just so thankful once again that I was able to help him as much as
Yes.
I can. And I'm just going to throw this little part in about with my sister. She almost every summer do like a little barbecue. And it just so happened that my brother's birthday fell on a Saturday, which his birthday is August the 29th.
Okay.
And he had just made 50 years old. So she did the cookout slash his birthday.
Oh,
And I
nice.
thank God for that. And I told my sister she should be very proud of herself as well.
Yes.
Because if she didn't do it at that time, we lost my brother before he made 51.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we did that 50th birthday with him, you
That's
know.
yes, that's beautiful. Yeah, he passed not long before
I was,
mommy. Yeah, he passed not long before
yeah,
my
I was just really just so shocked because when I go to work, I call him in the morning. If I take a break, I call him. When I get off of work, walk into the train station, I call him. When I reach home, I call him. But this day, when I went to take a lunch break, and when I spoke to him, I didn't like the way he sounded in his voice. And I say, George, you sound like you're getting sick. You need to go to the doctor because at that time I was doing a birthday slash gender reveal for my daughter.
yes.
My birthday is tomorrow.
Yes.
Um,
Pre happy
and,
born day shout out, cuz you hear this video.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, at this time, a lot was going on with this COVID and stuff. And, a lot of people don't want to be around people when they sick, which is understandable.
Yes.
So I said, you need to go get yourself checked out. And he told me, yeah, I am, Bruna. And when I got home that night, I called him, and I didn't get no answer. So I really didn't take it no way because I thought maybe he went to the hospital and time in the emergency room, you can't, answer your phone. But then I called him that morning, no answer. I called him back again that morning, no answer. I say, nah, something ain't right.
Right. Hmm.
We lived all the way out in Queens, and I can't wait, it's going to take me about a little over 2 hours to get to Queens. So I said, you know what? Let me do a well check and
Right.
call it because they could get to check him out quicker than me. So that's what happened. And unfortunately, they called me back with bad news.
Same, you know, that's the same thing happened with my brother, my first brother that passed away, my next oldest brother, right? You remember, right? That was the same
Yeah.
type of thing that happened with him. We couldn't reach him. He wasn't on Facebook. I put a note on Facebook because he loved Facebook when he wasn't banned. Because he would get banned from Facebook so many times for just, speaking his mind, I guess, in the way that he does. And so I didn't get an answer even on Facebook. And so my mother's like, no, no, because she was one that would, send the police real quick because she didn't hear from one of her children. I tell you that. So she was like, well, I
Right.
want to, you got to send somebody. I haven't spoken to him in 2 days. I said, yeah, okay. I said, all right. I said, he's not responding on Facebook either. So we had my husband go over there first and see if he could get in because he had some spare keys. My brother actually gave him a set of spare keys in case he had got locked out of his apartment. My husband would be able to come and unlock the door for him. So he had a set of keys, and he could not get in. And it's late at night. So right then and there, girl, I started really feeling sad. I said, "Oh boy, this don't seem right." You know, I think that he may be in there and can't get to the door. So we were really concerned. I didn't want my mother to really know, but of course, she was right there wanting to know what's going on, and I just didn't want her to know, find out about it when she basically, she was only in the apartment with my brother, my oldest brother. She wasn't here yet. She was still
Okay.
in the apartment with my oldest brother. She was here, but she was staying with him at that moment because he was not well. My oldest brother. So she was over there at the she was over there at the time, and I really didn't want her to find out about it. But she was over there kind of by herself because my older brother wasn't really that well to even console her, and then he didn't even know about that. So I really wanted to try to keep that from her. So
Wow.
yeah. So when they did
Sound
find
like
him,
that was a really tough job,
it was a really tough job. It really was. The night seemed like the longest night of my life because I was so concerned she would call back, to find out what happened because it took a while for him to get in because he had to wait for the police to come and all that. They didn't let him in the apartment. So it took hours. So it was really late by the time they got the report together and told us anything. And I was concerned my mother was going to call me back. I was like, oh, she don't call me back. Hope she don't call me back. Because I said, I'll call you, let you know what's going on. We find out something. But I decided that I better hold off until somebody's there with her, you know. And so since my husband was in Brooklyn, of course, because she lived in Brooklyn, so I said, well, he can go over there and let her know, so she's not alone when she finds out. So we were able to do that. But we got to her, um, when he got to her, she had said to him, she knew already. She said she felt something already that um that it that he had passed. She said she knew already.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yes.
I had told her, I said, "Well, mom," I said, don't tell, my oldest brother, because I don't want him to go through that, because he's not really well." But she said he was asking her about what happened, like after, my husband had gotten there and was talking to her and everything, and then he left. He asked her what's going on, and she told him, and that broke him. That really broke him. That made it even harder for him, because he had came out the hospital. We had gotten him to, well enough to come out the hospital and home, and he was just, getting his strength back again. And
Right.
yeah, he was just getting trying to get his strength back again. And when she told him that, she said she noticed that he wasn't the same after that. And I was
Yeah.
speaking, yeah, and
You see how that mother instinct is? Because now
yes,
you just made me go way back to our grandmother. When our
yeah,
Uncle Rudolph got killed down south, Grandma went out her house and went outside, and she came back in the house, and she went to my mother's house, and she said, Maybelle, Rudolph is dead.
mm,
Because she did something in her spirit that was not right.
yeah. You see, it's like they know,
And
like
we
they can feel it.
know we hear from down south. So a mother's instinct with their children, yes,
That, oh my
Yes.
gosh, that must be the hardest thing to ever go through in life, my gosh. Yeah, because I don't know how mommy did it. Like, I don't know how she did it because right after my brother passed, which was in December, when she found out, what that he had passed, and she kind of figured, she said she kind of knew already. My oldest brother that she was there taking care of, and that we was taking care of, passed away that January. And I
Wow.
wasn't there when she, when my husband told her that her son had passed. I wasn't there for her first son that passed, but I was there when my oldest brother passed. I was right with her when we got the news. But she, the strange thing is that when they got to the apartment, he was still alive, but barely. Because I told you he kind of started going down once he found out about his brother had passed, you know
Mm,
and
mm,
it's like he had a sadness. I seen him. I went to visit, but and I spoke to him. I said, "Wow, we didn't even know he was gonna pass like that." And he was like, "No," he said, "I thought he would pass after me. I'm supposed to go first because he's the oldest, right?" So he figured he'd have to go first. So I knew from that
wow.
statement that he was carrying with him, sorrow, a lot of sorrow, you know,
Mm,
that he felt like he should have went first because he was the one everybody was so concerned about because he was really, really sick because he had got a kidney replacement like about 10, 11 years before that, and it seemed to be going bad. But you got to be real careful once you get a kidney replacement anyway. You have to be very careful what you eat. You have to be very careful what you put in your body. You have to do extra stuff to stay healthy, to try to get it to
mm,
last for a really long time. But
yes.
yeah, so when the police got to the apartment, because my husband, again, he was there, but he couldn't get in, so the police came and they got in, and my brother was on the floor, but he was still coherent. He still could understand a little bit, a little bit. So we were so
Mm-hmm.
happy, right? We were so happy, but my mother had cried so bad already because she felt when they couldn't get into his place, and my husband couldn't get in, and there was no answer and stuff. It's like, I guess because her other son had passed like that, it's like she knew, like it's like she felt that he was gone already. So she had cried so bad, so bad.
Yes, my aunt been through so much. Oh my
Yes,
God.
yes, so true.
Oh,
She
yeah.
did, and
But
I,
that's
yeah,
a strong woman. That's a strong woman.
yeah, I have to say that she definitely was strong.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, she is. I know she
Yes.
is. Yeah, she's in joy now. She's in joy. She's
But
doing.
you know what I found out? I found out was very important that family, friends don't get to see each other as much as they should.
Yeah, true.
To definitely was apart, but communication within people means a lot and can reach very far
Absolutely.
because we don't get to see each other as often as we should, but we do stay with communication. And I found through that communication, it's like when I did see you, we didn't feel like strangers.
Exactly. Yeah,
We
that's
act
right.
like if we saw each other yesterday, you know?
Yes.
It ain't nothing wrong with picking up a phone just to say, hello, how you doing?
Yes.
Hope everything is well. I love you. It's just that simple. And that's not even a 5 minute call. I call my cousin back and I don't call her as much as I do used to. But when she just ran across my mind, I said, you know what? Let me call my cousin. I said, because I could speak to one of her kids, I could speak to this person, and they say, well, she fine, but just to hear her voice, just to hear her, you know,
Yes.
I don't even stay on the phone with her that long. I
Right.
say, I just call, hey lady, how you doing? I'm just calling to see how you doing. You know, I just wanted to hear your voice. And I'm not gonna hold you up. I'll talk with you later. Enjoy your day. I love you
And that means so much. Just those few
so much.
minutes.
So much. And then it
Exactly.
makes you feel good. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? Because things happen so fast.
Right.
And God forbid something happen. Oh, I started to call her. But now it's too late.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
too late.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it's just you don't have to be on a big conversation just to call and check up on somebody. And I feel that's very, very important.
Right.
Very important.
Yes, and I just want to make a statement real quick about that. I don't think people should wait until somebody calls them. Like there's times when they'll be like, "Oh, well, I called them last. I wait for them to call." No, if you want to call them, I don't care if you called them yesterday. If you want to call again, the next day and say, "Hi, I just want to say hi to you," do it. You know.
You're right. But you know what? I'm working on it and I'm praying on it. I'm
Yes.
working on it and I'm praying on it.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
love my sister. I just don't like her ways. You understand? And I don't want to be spiteful to nobody. You understand?
Right.
Oh, I ain't gonna call her. I ain't gonna call her, and this and that. And sometimes I don't call her. You know? Like
Yes.
what? Just today, I had ran back upstairs to get my umbrella, and my phone rang. And when I looked at my phone, I see it was my sister. So I said, you know what? Let me pick up.
Yes.
She was like, how you doing? I said, I'm good. She said, oh, that was you that was going in your building? I said, yeah, because I left my umbrella. She said, oh, I thought it was you. I was sitting at the bus stop. She was waiting at the bus stop. So I said, yeah, I would get my umbrella because it started raining. I'm on my way to work. And she was like, oh, okay. So you have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. And she said, I love you. I said, I love you too. Come on, it's just me and her. It's
Beautiful.
just me and her,
Beautiful.
and we right across the street. And
Yeah.
it's like, when you live so close, but it's
Mhm.
so far,
Yeah.
that that's really sad.
Right. But it's something to build on. It's something to build on. That's all. I think that every challenge that we have is just something to test us to see if we're going to climb that challenge or we're going to feel it's a choice. You
But the thing is, you can't do it alone.
Exactly.
No matter what, no matter how much I reach out, I can
Yes.
only do but so much by
Right.
myself.
Right.
If I go halfway, you got to come the other half. I might even go a little more than half. But
Yes.
to keep the same cycle repeating,
Yeah.
it gets to the point where
Well,
you got to back up.
right, but I think that becomes a problem when we're looking for the person to do something. I think because I went through it oh my gosh, for so long. I grew up in a house where
Yeah,
if
but my thing is, don't appreciate me for what I can do. You get what I'm saying?
right, right,
Just because I'm doing something for you.
right, right.
Treat somebody for everything. Not only when they can just do for you. That's just the thing. I just can't get with it. I really can't. So, like I said, I'm working on
Right.
myself because I'm not perfect. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying?
And you'll
So,
be fine. I believe that the heart that you have
yeah,
a heart of gold, and I believe that it'll definitely work out for you. And I think that all the good that you do is not in vain. Even if we don't get the responses from our loved ones that we may want to have, as
yeah,
long
but
as
you
we
know, you can love somebody because you can love them from distance too. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, repeat that again because you were in and out. So repeat that again.
You can love someone, but sometimes you have to love them from distance.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, if they're close or live with you and they become a problem, yes. And I believe that if you have to reach out to someone from time to time because maybe it's too much of an overload when you do speak to them, because it's gonna be like that sometimes. Sometimes when you speak to some people, you just feel more depressed when you get off the phone. But yeah, I would say that yeah, you have to probably distance those phone calls. And also, if you're living with somebody that's more of a detriment to you than they are positive, yes, I believe you have to distance yourself. Maybe they move or you move. But yeah, I think the most important thing is having peace, making sure you have that peace in your life. And sometimes that calls for you to be, you know, spend less time with those.
Cause, cause do you realize something? We are considered like the old generation.
Right. Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you think about it,
Yeah. That's true. Because our
our
mothers have
parents,
passed, our fathers have passed. Yeah.
all our uncles and aunts are gone.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's like we the old generation for our new generation.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
And a lot of things we didn't know about our old generation. We want it to be known to our new generation because a lot of things was hidden from us.
Right. Right.
And our new generation is much wiser. We got our babies playing with electronics, knowing how to cook stuff.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that I had to take my granddaughter to the library one day, years ago, to help me with the computers, keep from me feeling embarrassed.
Yeah.
To set me up.
Yes, I know. It's so true. Yes, they are very, yes. But you know, that's an
They,
upside and a downside to it, because they are so much more dependent on the computers. They don't have the closeness like we used to have. And I think that's one of the things we also, I guess, can let people that will hear this video understand is that reaching out sometimes when you are going through grief or loss, reaching out, even if it's through the computer, just saying your thoughts, if you have a Facebook account or maybe another social media account or maybe someone you want to message, even talking about it helps too, right? But picking up the phone, a lot of times this generation don't really have that closeness like we used to. I think that's the challenge that we have as parents today, is teaching them
yes,
about the closeness of how important closeness is, and being able to hug your loved ones, being able to get together in a get together. They're always being
yes,
online, right?
yes. Now, another thing I would like to say, because a lot of times people don't like to speak with family because they don't like things go back up to them. They prefer to speak to a stranger where they don't have to ever hear it again because you might not
Right.
even know who the person is.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? But if that's what it takes to get things off your chest, I advise you to do it.
Yes, I agree.
I really advise you to do it because nobody wants nothing to continue to be repeated.
Right.
The same cycle over and over. How you can become it if it's continuously repeated and thrown up in your face. I don't care.
Right.
It don't have to be the situation we in. It could be in any situation.
Right.
You get what I'm
True.
saying?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
just somebody. Sometimes I walk the street and you know who make me feel good? A baby in a stroller just give me the beautiful smile for the day.
Oh, yeah.
Or just wave their little fingers high to you.
Right.
So
I know.
hire somebody just by saying good morning,
Yes.
hello, how you doing today? You don't have to know the person,
Right.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
and you'd be surprised. You'd
It's
be
Girl,
surprised.
look, let me tell you, Dream. I was going to work one day and I was living in Jersey, and I was going to work in Queens. So I had to go through the Lincoln Tunnel just about every AM, okay, to get to work 5 days a week. And one day when I was going through, I was just, chilling, whatever. And I get up to the toll booth, get ready to pay. And the toll booth person told me, they said, no, going through the car before you paid for you. I was like, what? Now we're talking about like $17, $18. And I'm
Right?
like, really? It's more than that now, because I'm talking years ago. And I'm like, really? So it was like, yeah. I was like, oh wow, so nice. It was like, yeah. You see what I'm saying? You see how just beautiful things can happen, when you least expect it. And it's not only somebody else doing something like that for you. Sometimes it's nice to do that for someone else. Just a nice
Yes,
gesture, you know?
yes,
And that just made me
yes,
have a new, like a new feeling toward people again. Like, where I
yes,
just had a feeling like, wow, people can be so good. You don't even have to think about a person. You got to know who they are. You got to know if they're good or not. Some people you don't even know, they just good. Just good. They'll do something really nice for somebody, and they don't even
right.
know them. So it made me really have a more stronger, you know, affection for people. Let's put it that way. In general,
Exactly.
you know,
Right.
it just affirmed that there's good people out there. I always give people the benefit of the doubt anyway. Always like, when people come to me and say, oh, don't mess with that person, they're this way or that way. I usually kind of just want to set my own idea what they are, how they are. I like to try to deal with them myself. If it's a safe situation, I'll deal with them myself to see, if they really like that. I give them the benefit of the doubt. But
Right.
I still also have like a guard up to strangers in a way, and that kind of made me
Yeah.
not so much because of that situation.
Right. Right.
Yeah. And I was like saying, wow,
I
what would make
just
them do that? You know, like, and it's just amazing, you know? It just made me feel like, look, I like to do even more things for people now because of the feeling I got, you know, from that. Because I said, for someone to be able to do that for you and they don't even know you, that's beautiful, you know?
right, right,
And I
right.
could imagine
So
what they're getting. Hmm.
I just feel anytime I'm doing something for somebody, if I can't do it from the heart, I don't really care to do it.
Right, right,
You, when you're doing something, you got to do it from the heart
right,
because then it seems like it becomes pointless because you don't really mean it if you're not doing it from the heart.
right, right.
You
And,
know,
and that's why I
I don't
say,
know.
and you're
I
right,
just
you're
want
right, you're right.
I want to be loved. And you know, one thing my pastor used to always say in church when she preached: "Don't tell me you love me.
Show
Show me you
me.
love me."
Exactly. That's why, cause
Because love could be misinterpreted to people. You understand? Because you're supposed to be able to tell somebody I love you,
yes, but show
whether
them
it's a
to.
man
Yes.
or a woman. But if you tell a man I love you, some people just take it the wrong way. I didn't say I'm in love with you. I said I love you. And that's what we're supposed to do, love one another.
Exactly. Exactly. And what she's saying is to show it. Don't only say, because some
Right.
people it's easy to say it, you know.
Exactly.
It's easy to
Exactly.
say it, but you have to back it up with something. My gosh, you have to back it up with something. Don't say you love
Exactly.
somebody and you're doing the opposite. You know, you're showing the opposite.
How you tell somebody you love them, but it's like the same thing just continue going over and over and over and over. And I'm speaking for myself. You understand? That if I did something for you, it's because I choose to do it. I didn't do it to get nothing in return. So it took me to do this for you, and now you want to do something for me in return. That ain't come from your heart. Because up to this day right now, what did you wanted to do for me never got done. So
Mm-hmm.
that was just talk. You understand? And
Yes.
part of guilt. And part of guilt. I don't want to do nothing I have to feel guilty about.
Right.
Because that's going to put more pressure on you.
Right. And I
We're
guess
not perfect. We're not perfect.
right.
But we just have to live
Mm-hmm.
a little perfect. Because nobody is perfect.
Right.
You know?
And that brings me back to that saying I was that I'm going to remember. I'm telling you, to that you can do the things that you know that's in your control, right? As long
Right.
as you can do the
Right.
things that's within your control to do, right? Then you do those things that's in your control to do, right? And
Exactly.
right, and then the things that's not in your control to do, you got to be able to be okay with that because you don't have control over that. Like people get upset because you know they can't you know they can't get a person to love them in a certain way, like what you were saying, but that's not if that's not in your control, you see. So you
Mm-hmm.
got to rest on that because it's not. Let me tell you, there's some people, I'm sure you know this too, that there's some people who do the best for somebody. They treat this person like gold. I mean, like they just love them to death, you know. They just love, they'll do anything for them, but that person is don't feel the same way. They don't
Right.
feel the same way. They don't.
Right.
And you're wondering, like,
Right.
why is this person doing so much for this person when they blatantly see that the person does not care about them like that? You know,
Right.
they doing the opposite.
Right.
But to them,
Right.
that person that's doing the loving, they're doing it because it makes them feel good. You see what I'm saying? It makes them
Yes.
feel good. There's
Yes.
nothing you can do about it. You cannot change them. They have to come into that realization to say, no, I deserve better. You know what I'm saying? I deserve
Yes.
better if they ever will. You know, some people die doing for some people that never have done for them the same way. You know, but I think the flip side to that is do what is in your heart because guess what? When it comes to the end, you only you only have yourself to look at. You can't blame anybody else for what you didn't do. You can't blame anybody else for what you did do.
Yes.
You only have yourself to look at. So as long as you can sleep at night, doing what you're doing, don't worry about what the other person is doing. As long as you feel
Right.
good about what you're doing.
Right. Because you know, I work a job. I work a job where I help people.
Yes.
So I see the difference. I see the difference in somebody that really appreciate me
Yes.
for what I have done. That's the best gift you could ever give to me.
Yes.
Nothing else. Just show me that you appreciate what I'm doing for you. That's
Right.
it.
Exactly.
That's it. And it became like this with this lady was 82 years old, 83 years old. Showed me so much that she appreciated me. Girl, we almost became family friends. When it
Yes.
was time for me to leave from work, I sat there maybe an hour, half an hour. When the nurse came out, she talked so good about me. You
Mhm.
get what I'm saying? Those things make me feel good.
Yes. It encourages
And she
you. Mhm.
really appreciated me. You
Right.
know?
Right.
I did things with women that I wasn't supposed to. But at the
Mhm.
end of the day, she's still a human being.
Right.
And she needed the help. And if I could help her, why not? It
Right.
didn't hurt her and it didn't hurt me. You get what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
So it's just,
Because
man,
you gotta use your own judgment at times. You do, because nobody else is there to to do it. And if you're there to do it and you feel that's something that's going to help the person, and because sometimes they'll have rules and regulations that's pretty stiff, right? And and sometimes when you do an act of kindness to them, that's like, okay, well, that's outside of the rule. You weren't supposed to do that. But if you know it's something that can help them, because you're humane. You're like you're somebody that loves people. We're supposed to love each other as human beings, right? As divine beings, because nothing's more important than that. Nothing's more important than another person, right? Money's not more
yes,
important, right? Clothes are not more
yes,
important, right?
yes.
Fame is
Oh,
not more
girl, you talk
important.
about that. You know when you hear VIP,
Yes.
VIP, very important person?
Yes.
Girl, I had a case that I had to go to. Oh, Dream, can you do this case for me, this VIP case? I was at that time I had just kind of started working, so I wasn't hip to that.
Right.
And I'm like, what's this VIP case?
Right.
That means it could have been somebody in the agency's family member, you know, or anything that they call the person VIP. Girl, I was turned off from it.
Yeah,
I
because
was turned
right, because everybody's supposed to be VIP.
off. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I did
That's.
not I did not accept it
Mm-hmm.
because you dealing with thousands and thousands of people and you gonna tell me this one person is VIP? Nah.
Right.
Everybody's very important.
Exactly. Exactly.
So that really turned me off. I didn't take it. I didn't
Right.
take it.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful
And
because your heart is real.
also said it was gonna pay me a little couple of more dollars to take the case. But see, money ain't everything.
That's right.
Money is all roots of evil. Money is not everything.
Right. That's right. Fame
You
isn't.
know?
Having the nicest car isn't. Having the nicest house. These things are just material. Because when it
Yes.
comes to the end, like what we were talking about, when it comes to the end, you're not thinking about all that. You're not. You're really not. You're thinking about who loved you, who you didn't get a chance to say you love, who you didn't get a chance to say you sorry to, who you're not going to see again, who you want to see, and you calling people by your bedside when you know you're going that you haven't seen and you don't know how long because you know you did something and never made amends for it. That's what
Right.
matters. It's people. People is what matters.
Yes.
And like
Yes.
we said, give the flowers while they're here. Give them the flowers while they're here, you know,
Yes. Yes.
because you may not have tomorrow. Some people will talk to someone on the phone, and next thing they know, that person's gone. They be like, I just spoke to them. So you just
Yes.
don't know. And every moment that you get, you really should, like you said, reach out. It don't have to be a whole long conversation. Reach out, even by a card, just in a card. Just reach out in any way to show them that you're thinking about them and that you love them, you know?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
nothing's more important than our loved ones, our family, and people. It's not.
Yes. Yes. Ain't nothing like love, boy. I'm
That's
telling you.
right. That's right. And
You give. get it in return. And true
Yes.
love, I
Right.
mean, coming from the heart, you know,
Right.
coming from the heart.
And that's the I guess that's the bonus is when you see it return to you. That's really the bonus
Yes,
because
yes,
we can't it's not always going to happen. It's just not. It's not always going to happen with everybody. You know, you could go to a door, open up a door for somebody, and they'll walk right in there and don't say anything. They won't say thank you or anything. You see what I'm saying?
yes,
But
yes,
you done held the door
yes,
open for them to come in. You know what I'm saying? And they don't walk themselves on through and didn't even think to say thank you.
yes, yes,
But guess
yes.
what?
It's true.
That's not taking away what you did, though. That's not taking away from what you did. You see?
Exactly, exactly. It's
And
true.
somebody could see you that don't even know you, seen what you did, and send you love and send you protection and send you all kinds of blessings just for that thing. You see? So I don't think
You
any.
see,
Mm-hmm.
you just made me thought about something else. I had Charles boys. I had Charles boys for a year, like a year and some, maybe a week or two. And I used to buy Chinese food. Mind you, I got my two kids too, so that's four of them. So
Right.
I used to go to the laundromat, and the laundromat had tables. So I bought two orders of chicken wings and fried rice. So mind you, they come in a tray, so we rip that tray in half and four.
Mm-hmm.
Because two and two is four.
Yeah.
So I shared. Everybody got two chicken wings, half of the rice, half of the rice. And I'll never forget how I met this old lady. She was a beautiful lady. She was like 80 something years old. But you see, you never know who's watching you.
That's right.
Because to tell you the truth, I'm in the laundry. I'm splitting this food up with my kids. They got their juice and everything. And this is how I met the lady. One day I was walking the street and this lady stopped me and she said hello to me. And she said, "Oh my God, I will never forget you. I admire you so much.
Oh.
Oh, with those kids and the laundry mat."
Oh. Yeah. You see?
And that's how me and this lady became friends. Like
Yes.
with me and my kids. I was
Exactly.
like, wow. So
Exactly.
don't think people are not watching you.
I know. It's so
I
true. It's
got
so
jobs.
true.
I got jobs. Not knowing that really people are watching.
That's right.
Or babysitting came knocking on my door for me to watch her daughter. Okay?
Wow.
Like pick her up from school, keep her till
Yes.
she come home.
Because he trusted you.
So where it became the woman ended up bringing her daughter to me to watch her granddaughter.
Wow. You see that? That's why I say
Yes,
nothing that we
that's
do.
why. That's why they watching how I operate with my kids. Not even
Exactly.
know. Even listen. Just a couple of years ago, me and my kids always go to church on Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know this lady live in the building behind me. I met this lady one time. We had in service at work. It's when me and this lady really got to talk. And she said, "Wow, I can't believe this." She was like, "That is so beautiful. I always see you and your kids dressing and look like y'all going to church or coming back from church."
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
how I got to meet this lady. And I didn't even know who she was.
You see? That's right.
But
People are
that just
watching.
showed me people watch you.
Yes, that's right.
And
That's right.
they watch the godly in you.
Exactly. Exactly.
You
And
know?
yeah, that's right. And
You
it's
know,
not.
me and my kids used to get together, walk in the church or coming home from church. From
Yes.
street to the street.
You see that? Mm-hmm. That's right.
Wow.
That's right.
Wow.
So nothing. I don't think there's anything that we can do that's good that's not going to be rewarded in some kind of way. Even if
Yes.
it makes us feel good in our hearts. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be some confirmation that's going to come to let you know you're doing the right thing. That you're doing the
Yes.
right thing.
We
So,
went to church, so they were it's a lady that they trying to give out like stuff to the homeless, just giving, I don't know if it's food, they asked it for clothing and whatever.
right.
So it was one point where we were doing like flea markets, sell them at cheap prices and stuff. But then when that pastor preached Sunday and mentioned about it, which is true, if you got stuff in your storage or in your closet for 6 months or more and you ain't wearing it, you don't need it.
Right, that's right. I've heard that too.
And I thought about it. I said to myself, this is something I always kind of wanted to do. Like hand things out to the homeless, you know,
Yes.
got a kitchen to help prep and feed them, you
Yes.
know?
Yes.
I was like, wow,
Yes.
wow.
Exactly.
But see, the thing is, I don't know what days um that they're gonna do it. I guess I could probably find out, at a later
Right.
time.
Yeah, because that's on your heart, so you should do it. I think that's one of the things that happens in our lives. We have such, we just
Yeah,
let things get in the way from us actually
yes,
fulfilling our heart's
yes,
desires. And I really think
yes.
that's important to do.
And that's something I love to do. That's
Yes,
something
exactly.
I love to do, you know.
Right.
And I like to meet people. My kids say, "Ma, it don't matter where you go, you always talking or meet somebody, because that's me. That's
Yes.
me.
Yes.
I always make a friend, any associate,
Right.
anywhere I go,
Because you see the value.
anywhere.
You see value in people, and that's beautiful. You see value in
Yeah,
people. You're not prejudgmental. Like some people were brought up they just judge people all the time. They look at them as bad before they look at them as good. They're guilty
yes,
before they even, they got to prove themselves innocent. They're already
yes,
guilty when some people approach, that's just how they were brought up, and just probably some things that happen in their lives. And I guess I could say, for the people that will be listening, as far as getting, your life together for when someone is taken, or when someone goes on, in life, and transitions, is that do now, don't wait, right? Like if you want to do something good for anybody in your life, any loved ones in your life, do it now, right? Don't be like, oh, I'll wait, oh, I got tomorrow, because before you know it, that time just goes by so fast, and you're like, oh my gosh, I thought about doing this a year ago and I haven't done it yet. Don't wait,
yes,
because we don't,
yes,
nobody's guaranteed tomorrow. And I think
yes,
through our experience that we had has brought us to where we are today and what we're speaking about today, and has brought a lot of things of the way that we were, helped us to get through it, and
yes,
we learned more through our losses. We learned that no, don't wait, and that we were thankful that we did the things we did for our loved ones before they passed. That made us even be able to
yes,
deal with their passing even more so and better
yes,
because of the things we were able to do and not wait and show them the love. And so that's why I just want to say in closing, from me, I just want to say that do what you feel in your heart to do. Don't wait, because once you do it, you're going to feel so good because you actually did something you really wanted to do and you made somebody happy. And it's not where you didn't get to do it because now they've transitioned on. I don't care if they're young or old, nobody's guaranteed tomorrow, period.
right.
So
That's right.
we got to love the young as well as the old, and as well as people at any age. We have to give and of ourselves, whether it's time. It don't have to always be money, because sometimes spending
Yes,
time is even more beautiful.
yes,
So I
yes,
think in whichever way you think you can make that person happy and it comes from your heart and you really want to do it, don't wait. Do it.
yes,
Do it. That's what
yes.
I say.
Like you say, a lot of things go on, and people say, "Oh, this person need prayer. This person need prayer." No, baby, we all need prayer.
Right.
All need it.
Yeah,
Whether
I
you're
agree.
doing good or you ain't doing good, honey, we all need prayer, because without Him, we are nothing.
Yes, yes, we do.
Nothing.
We do. We definitely
So
do.
remember,
Hmm.
whatever you do, you put God first.
Yes, I agree. I agree. I agree that you um, should definitely learn from your experiences, you know, and I believe that you definitely should not wait if you want to do something good for somebody. And I would say I guess for my father when he passed, it really broke my heart but the good thing is that we were close at the time. We were close. You know, we were speaking, and I'm happy about that. because some people hold grudges with family, or a friend, a friend or a family member. You'll hold a grudge, and I think that's really a sad situation, because once something happens to them, or they're gone or whatever, and you don't get the chance to say you're sorry, or that you work things out, now you can't do it. You have to do it
Yes.
within yourself. You're going to have to find
Yes.
a way to do it within yourself. And I think it's a bit
Yes.
harder to do it that way than if you actually spoke to the person and got it cleared up. So I could say that I'm thankful that with each person that passed, I was in the good with them. Everything was, we were on speaking terms, we were, just loving on each other. So I think that's very important, to get whatever matters that are going
Because
on that's not good, to
at
take
the,
care of them.
at the end of the day, you could forgive somebody. You might not never forget,
Right.
but
Right.
forgive them. And when you forgive them, and it's coming from your heart,
Yes.
and they accept your forgiveness, it's supposed to be left alone
Exactly.
because God will take care of it.
That's right.
You pray first, and God will take care of everything. And He's an on-time God. Don't think when you do something just because you want it done, it get done.
Right.
God do it on His time, and He's an on-time God.
And I think also, even if the person, because some people hold grudges even if you do say sorry, but you know what, it starts and ends with you. if you are
Yeah,
if you are truly sorry for what you've done, and the other person don't forgive you, that's on them. That's no longer your burden anymore.
exactly,
That's no longer your burden.
exactly.
Okay, that's no longer your
That's
battle.
right. That's right.
So you got
That's
to let
right.
it
That's
go.
why I'm saying you want to give it up to God.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you apologize, and the person don't take your apology.
Then just
It's
leave them
off your
alone. Yeah,
chest.
yeah, that's right.
Right.
That's their problem now. That's their problem, because
That's
some people want to hold on to stuff. It,
right. That's right.
it's their journey. It's their journey. Everybody
Right.
has their own journey.
Right.
They have to deal
Yes.
with things in their own time. Everybody don't come to the same
You know how
realization.
they say, because
Yes.
misery love company, and I ain't trying to be nobody company if they misery.
That's what I say now. I say that. I tell you, you're never too old to learn, because I just started saying that. I just started saying, if you're not going to heaven with me, I'm sure not going to hell with you. And I don't mean it as a
Right.
place. I mean it as a state of mind, a state of
Right.
being, okay? A state of
Right.
consciousness. That's what I mean. You know,
Yeah.
I want to be happy. If you want to come with me and be happy, you're welcome. But if you want to come with me and try to cause me misery, please go the other way. Okay, make it easier for both of us. Okay, so I feel the same way.
I'm gonna just make this a little brief, right quick. Like the lady I'm working with right now, I knew this lady. Her daughter and Ashley is the same age. The only thing, the girl turned 33 in June. Ashley turned 33 in December. When I
Okay.
met this lady, her daughter was going to be 6 years old, going on 6. And I've known this lady ever since. So that's almost, what, about almost close to like 25 years. We used to hang together and everything. And it got to the point where I just felt I needed to back off because I didn't like the way she was operating. So keep from not being, friends where we could speak, I just stepped back. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
here this woman kept calling me, coming to me, asking me, can I work for her? I used to lie to the woman and tell the woman I'm working. And at that time, I was not working.
Mm-hmm.
But she would keep calling me and asking me, well, I ain't gonna lie to you. I prayed on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I prayed on that before
Right.
I went with it.
Right.
Okay? And I started working with this woman November 8th of last year. But like I explained to her, I don't celebrate these holidays.
Right.
You
Right.
understand?
Mm-hmm.
But she do. I respect that. You understand?
Right.
I started with her on the 8th, so the Thanksgiving, the Christmas, and the New Year came in. Okay? And here we is right now, April the 1st. So I've been with her almost going on 6 months. But I believe in, if you know a person and you know the way they operate, Sometimes you can accept a person for who they are, but see, I know how to deal with her, and I know how far to go with her, and I know when to back off of her. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes. Mm-hmm. You
It's
live and learn. Yeah.
why we getting along. And like I told her, as long as we have respect for each other and
Yes.
communication,
Very important.
far, it will go very far.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
understand? So listen, I take it day by day,
Mm-hmm.
and this is how I deal with the woman, day by day, on the
Right.
grace of God.
That's right. And that comes through wisdom. That comes through
It's
wisdom.
just, yes, don't get me wrong. I used to do things like gambling, running the street with her and stuff like that. But that's not my move no more. You understand?
Right.
That's
Yeah.
not my move no more.
Girl, please.
So
You know, I used to be out, girl. I used to be clubbing every weekend.
this is what I try to tell her. I'm not perfect, but I'm not who I used to be.
Right.
And people change just like you can change
Yes.
if you
Yeah.
choose to change.
That's right.
But like I told her, as long as we got respect and
Exactly.
community,
Mm-hmm.
we can go very far.
Very
We
important.
can go
Very
very far.
important. And I want people to
Yes,
understand that's listening. We're not saying to put yourself in a situation that's not good for you just to because
right,
you feel like the person wants you there. No. Some people have to
right,
earn your respect. They have to earn that time because if you're doing all the right things, you're trying your best to do the right things and they're not. You don't owe that
right,
you don't owe them if they're an adult. You don't. If they're your child, okay, I get it. If they're young. But you don't have to subject yourself to anybody's abuse. No,
right,
because if you're doing the right thing and they're not, you don't have to continue to put up with that because respect is important and you do want to feel appreciated. You do. You know what I'm
right,
saying? When you're doing kind things for a person, you do want to feel appreciated. You do once in a
right,
while want to hear them say, "Oh, I really appreciate you," or "Thank you," or show you something,
right,
of their
right,
appreciation for you. And you should have
right,
that. You really should have that. Now, should you only do for somebody because they're doing for you? No, you should not. I think you should do what's in your heart to do. I think you should do what makes you happy. And I don't think you should
right,
be, saying, "Oh, I'm going to do this so this person can do this for me." No, do it because because you want to do it because it makes you feel good and it makes the other person feel good. It makes the other person feel good, so that makes you feel good. You know what I'm saying? And don't wait. Don't wait because life is short. And that's one of the messages we
right,
want to give is that life is shorter than you think. And don't wait if you want to show love to anybody that's in your life, especially those that's been good to you and that are good to you. You know, show them that you
right,
appreciate them. Show them if it comes
right,
in your heart. Don't put it out in your heart and be like, "Oh, well, I got it. I'm getting ready to watch this show, so I don't really have time for that." No, if you get an inclination in your mind, your heart, your soul or spirit to call somebody to say, "I love you," please don't wait. Do it. You know,
yes, yes,
do it. Because
yes,
you never know why
yes,
you're getting that feeling. It could be because that may be your last chance. You don't even know. But don't
right,
wait. Show people that's in
right,
your life now. Give them their flowers now. That's one of the messages we want to give to people
exactly.
because we've
Yes,
lost close people to us that we
yes,
truly love. And we're saying, show them love now. That's my
yes,
closing remarks. And what would be your
yes.
closing remarks, Dream, for those that are listening that have lost someone or that may have to be prepared in case they do?
Wow, wow, that's a tough one, but just hold on, be strong, and like I say,
Mm-hmm.
please just pray on it. Just try to work within yourself and do the best you can. Do the best you can. You can't do but so much, but just do what you feel you can do and what's in your heart.
Yes, absolutely.
Positive things, you know?
Yes. And don't be afraid to look for help, like you said. If you feel it's getting too much, look for help. But if you want to, you don't try your best not to stay just, thinking about the same thing all the time. Try to get out and do things that you love doing and that you enjoy doing. Get out and do those things.
Yes.
Remember that the person is in a better place. They don't no longer have that pain. They no longer have the challenges, the daily challenges that we all
Yes,
go
because
through.
at the end of the day, sometimes it's hard to see a loved one suffer and you can't even help them.
Right. Hmm.
That's hard,
Yes. Yeah.
you know?
And I think that's one of the things too that makes it easier, a little bit easier when they do pass on because they're no longer in that body suffering anymore. you know.
Yes.
You know they're no
Yes.
longer in that anymore, you know.
Yes.
And I think that's one of the things that helps us is knowing that they're at peace now, you know, and that they
Yes.
and that we can keep their memory, you know, just because they passed on, you know, we're all going to
Yes.
transition one day. So as
Yes.
long as we keep them in our thoughts, we remember them on their special days, you know, we give honor. We honor them. You know, we
Yes.
honor them. And I think
Yes.
that's the
So
most important thing.
let's try to love one another.
Yes.
And we in this, but like I say, don't tell me you love me.
Show
Show me you
me.
love
That's right. That's right. I agree 100%, cuz. And I tell you, Dream, you have definitely been a wonderful, wonderful family member to me. I tell you, a wonderful cousin to me. And I'm thankful. And you have
me.
shown me that you appreciate me. You've shown me that you love me. And I'm grateful. And I'm grateful. Very grateful.
Likewise, likewise,
And I love you so
likewise.
much too for being there in my most, I tell you, most vulnerable moments. I really appreciate that. You showing your support the way you did. I will forever be grateful to you. Forever be grateful and thankful. So, if there's anything else you want to say, Dream, before we say goodbye.
No, I would just like to say God bless everyone and
Yes.
just hang on.
Yes.
It will get better.
Absolutely. I agree. I love you so much, Dream.
Love you
And
too, cuz.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate
Love
you.
you, family. We
All right.
are family.
Yes. Okay.
Now,
Okay. And
I
I'll
got
be
all
reaching
my
out. Uh,
siblings.
yes, sir.
Love you
We
guys.
are family. Oh yes. I got all my family with me. Oh yeah. Let me stop.
Uh-huh.
All right, cuz. All right, everybody.
All right.
Love you
All
so
right, big
much.
guys. Love you too. All right.
Latest.
So remember, if a rock gets in your way, start to chisel. If you see a cutie, put on the drizzle and keep your head on a swivel. Keeping it real, on 10 toes down, boots on the ground, sending love from my world to yours. Later.
So I just want to say positive, and that's what's really keeping me strong. 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 Keeping me
And that just made me
strong.
have a new, you know, like a new feeling toward people again. People again. People again. People again.
When you're doing something, you got to do it from the heart. 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 From the heart.
Just beautiful things can happen.
My Father God took care of me and
Right.
strengthened me, and I'm good now. Good now. Good now. Good now. Good now. Good now.